Yo, what's up everyone, welcome back here to another video. I'm back again here in the Master League with Zacian, Mewtwo and Kyogre. And I'm telling you guys, if you have Zacian and you are not running it, I mean you better start running it, because even though this thing is so popular, I don't really see too many counters for it. And I'm actually struggling to get bad leads, because I want some bad leads to try to flip matches and make some more fun matches for the viewers. But we still have some great matches here, so we'll see how it goes. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to click subscribe and leave a like and a comment. Thank you very much. So let's just get started here. First off, Zacian versus mamoswine. This is fine for us. If I remember correctly, Zacian wins this in every shield scenario, so... But I would like to shield once, of course, maybe now or later, so we can just farm a bit more here. I prefer quick attack over snarl, 2-turn versus 3-turn, I like it more. Sometimes I like to just go for the player first, even though it requires a bit more energy. That way I don't debuff myself, so... But here I just catch the move on the Mewtwo here. I mean, the Dragon Tails from Lugia is very easy to count, so... It's kind of predictable also. So we can just go for the Shadow Balls here. See here... Maybe we can CMP on one move also. Do I decide to shield this? I do decide to shield this. Let's see here. Then we can do 3 and throw here. There we go. Let's see if our opponent wants to shield this and keep the Lugia alive. Lugia does not get shielded. Let's see here, waiting the switch timer a bit, what comes in. Giratina, oh, so I'm just able to get off my side strike here. This should deal some nice amount of damage. Does not get shielded. I have energy ready on my Zacian, so we just go for play rough here. I think this takes out the Gira A if it, excuse me, Gira O if it did not get shielded, but we did take the shield here. We leave the Shadow Ball fine. Opponent is trying to catch the player from the mamoswine, but I'm always looking at the top right corner, so when I see that new typing, I'm just switching out. We should be able to take another Bulldoze fine, so this should not take us out. Hopefully the Girao in the back will not get too much farm here. Sadly, it looks like it will get too much farm. I was going to go for the Blizzard, but I figure out that I can try to go for back-to-back serves instead. But opponent decides to throw here, and this means that we should be able to take this out with the Zacian. Oh, she did get the boost. Even though we had a fairly good lead, it still came down close, but we had control in this match. Let's go next match here. Zacian versus Mewtwo. This is not too good for the Zacian, but I never like to swap out too quickly unless I get very hard countered in the lead. And we lose the CMP, of course. Mewtwo wins most of the CMP ties. So... if you don't have shields and you are against the Mewtwo, you should really try to catch the move, otherwise you're gonna lose the CMP, obviously. Here, just count some moves, switch out to my own Mewtwo, catch the side strike. This is resisted, but still does around 37% damage, if I remember correctly. So at this point, the opponent is loading up a bit more. Maybe I miscounted here, so it's kind of unfortunate, but we are still in a good spot. We have a lot of energy, so we can just load up here and throw side strikes onto this landorus. Landorus is running Stone Edge as one of the charge moves, so that will take us out here. We have one shield, so do I want to shield it or do I just let it go down? We can just let it go down. We still have Kyogre for this Landorus. Just wait to switch timer a bit here. Then we farm it down. What comes in now? Let's see here. Opponent is really thinking about what to do here. We can leave one side strike. But it still hurts, so I'll just use my shield here. In the back there's a metagross. 7 to the first meteor mash, so let's see here if I'm able to pressure this or how I decide to play this out. We do almost reach the close combat, so I think opponent had track of our energy, but this should be okay. Oh, okay, she did undercharge that meteor mash 100%, so this is actually fine for me. And we should have a surf ready any time here. This should take out the Mewtwo. Let's see here. Let's take it out. GG's. Next up here, we have Zacian versus Dragonite. So very good lead for the Zacian here. Opponent goes right into his Dialga. If you look at my backline, I'm not too good against Dialga here. So my biggest or my best option is really the Zacian. So then I can just farm up a bit here. Obviously I need to shield back. If I don't shield here, I'm going to go down here to that Iron Head. So we just farm a bit more. Hopefully I can take 2 shields from this Dialga here. And we can still deal with that Dragonite with our Mewtwo. Or I can actually also do work with Kyogre as I'm running Blizzard. But here, as he didn't shield the second close combat, I can just farm down. I'm fine going down 2 shields. There's a metagross in the back. I always like to chip a bit here with charge moves before I'm switching out. And now I'm just going to the Kyogre, and then I will have the Mewtwo for that metagross later on. Let's see here. Opponent is farming a bit too much here, so I'm able to go for my Blizzard. Does get shielded. And opponent, yeah, so let's see here if he undercharged this one. Looks like he loaded it fully up here, so he gets a lot of farm here. Let's see, it's still at metagross in the back. We should leave this Dragon Claw and Superpower, so... Yeah, and now we should reach the move. I need to watch out for the catch, but luckily the switch timer was just not up there. There we go, now we can go into the Mewtwo. And we should reach the Shadow Ball. Here I thought it was a CMP tie with some lag, but when I look back at it after I got some comments also, it looks like I was 1 turn behind, so... But we still would have lived that meter mash anyway, so we just get off the Shadow Ball here. And GG's, well played. We go right into the next match here, Zacian versus excadrill. The drill runs are doing a fair amount of damage, so I would prefer just to load up almost back-to-back close combat before throwing. I'm gonna shield here, we don't want to get farmed down. There we go, we throw the first close combat here. Will it get shielded? Does get shielded. We can go for another one. Let's see, can we take both of our opponent's shields here? Hopefully we can. Now I just hard swap my Mewtwo here. Yeah, this is tough with the Yveltal here. Maybe hard swapping was unnecessary, but I would really like to see this Yveltal at the Mewtwo regardless. I think the Size Drag does around 20% and Shadow Ball does around 27%, so if I can go for both of them, then it's fine. Hopefully he does not undercharge this one, so he doesn't get too much farm. Oh, it looks like he did load it fully up, or too great. We can take the Dark Pulse fine. It's 4 to Dark Pulse, 6 to Focus Blast, so this does not KO us. Then we just throw the player to get rid of this thing, and we still have Kyogre to sweep in the back, hopefully. Now I just hard swap my Kyogre. And in the back there is a Dialga, so let's see if I'm able to reach the Blizzard. I still have 1 shield, so I need to farm a bit more here. Here we go. I don't like to take those Dragon Breaths, so I figure out we just throw the Blizzard as we get it. This will take out the Dialga. We should leave this Drill Run or Rock Slide, but we'll get close here. And I still have the Zacian if I need to chip this one. But the move goes through here, fast move goes through, so this should be a GG's. Zacian has around, yeah, 3-4% health, so GG's, very close game. Next up here, Zacian versus Dialga. Here I really like to do the same, just farm a bit more and throw those close combat. Sometimes I also throw the player F, but maybe it's more energy efficient to go for those close combats. Here our opponent is catching the move. Was this on the Giratina A? I didn't see properly. Yeah, it was okay, it was on the Gira O. Really wish I did go for that player F here, but now we can farm a bit more and go for that player F and get it off here. There we go, does not get shielded. At this range, I think we can leave the Shadow Ball just barely, so we'll see here. Yeah, but then I cannot reach that player F. And I decide to just hard swap in my Kyogre. We can take the Shadow Ball fine. Let's see here. Most likely he will reach another move, so let's see. Do I decide to shield this? No, I just used my Kyogre as the third shield. Really should have thrown that Surf, but I think we should be alright here. We farm the Giratina all the way down. Then the Dialga comes back in. We have 1 shield, so we can throw the Shadow Ball and then shield and maybe throw 1 more. Opponent also has 1 shield. Now he's in Size Strike range, so let's see here. We will most likely get a shield here. We do get a shield. And I just have enough health to reach my close combat, and this will take out that Dialga with 1 HP on my Zacian. In the back there is a Mewtwo. This is very lucky for me. Because I have 1 shield, they have 0 shields, I'm gonna be able to go for this Shadow Ball, and if this doesn't KO it, it should only have like 2% health. But yeah, 1% health there, and GG's, super close game, GG's. Next up, Metagross. This is not good for the Zacian. But we really have 2 answers for that Metagross, so let's see here. We're met with the Gira O, we can just CMP tie here, we win them. And now I'll just figure out that I'll pressure with the Side Strikes. Obviously, if this is an ominous win, then and I don't shield, she can get a lot of farm also. We farm a bit more here. We throw the side strike. Let's see if this gets shielded. Does get shielded. We can farm a bit more. Then we CP tie once again. Will we take the second shield? Hopefully, then I can flip switch. We do take switch. This is really nice for me here. 4, 5. There's the Zacian with quick attack. So now we know it's metagross that's still alive. And does not get shielded. So, I mean, she's going to go all in on the metagross. Let's see if this is wild charge or player of Zacian. Is it a mess of those words here? Zacian should be in close combat range. I figure out I just throw the move here. There we go. Then I just hard swap in my Kyogre. At this point I figure out that I wanted to call a possible meter mash bait, but she goes straight for the EQ. But Kyogre is a tank here. We can farm up, we have 1 shield, so we can just throw those double surfs here. There we go, does not get shielded, so I mean, maybe she saves the shields for next year, I don't know. GG's, we would have taken that game anyway, so well played to our opponent there. Next up here we have Zacian versus Landorus, Shiny Landorus. 4, 5, 6, 7. We can't take 1 Stone Edge for sure, so let's see here. Oh, it's the Earth Power Landorus. Player Earth does hurt, so this Pokemon is a part ground type, so it could go for close combat, should deal some okay damage, but it is also part flying. With a shield here, farm a bit more, then we go for a second Player Earth. Will this get shielded? Does get shielded. We have taken both shields for my opponent here. Here I'm looking to catch the move. Luckily I was gonna switch out one fast move before, but I didn't press correctly and that paid off. We are met with the Yveltal. So this game you will see I make a little bit of a weird play here. I was thinking the whole way that I wanted to go for a Blizzard. The problem here is that she will reach double Dark Pulse as she didn't go for that Focus Blast. So here I sadly I overtap, but I'm still able to go for that Surf, and I have another Surf loaded. So this weird plan worked out pretty well here. Now we just look at the top right corner, we see that it's Landorus, we throw the second Surf, this will take out that Landorus. In the back there is a Mewtwo, which is on 1 fast move right here. Let's see here, we should leave the Shadow Ball just barely. I was looking to catch it, but I wasn't quick enough. But we take, we do reach our Shadow Ball, so this will be a GG's. Well played, Shiny Mewtwo versus non-shiny, extra damage, you know. Next up we have another mamoswine, Purified mamoswine. Let's see if I'll do the same as the first match, we just go for... now, this time I go for close combat, this is probably the safer play here. Let's get shielded. Let's see here if I just go for another one and then another one after that, we'll see here. The thing is that we win CMP against the mamoswine, so I can also CMP with them. And the avalanche from mamoswine is 665, the same with Sablei's power play is also 665. So that means that we can CMP tie here, we win the CMP, so luckily my opponent didn't try to catch. So now I can take it out. There is a Giratina A. Here I make a bit of a weird play, I should have just maybe hard swapped, but I'm kinda afraid that if I hard swap, then that I'm switch locked and they can maybe counter me with the last Pokemon, which is also alive, so, but we'll see, maybe this plan is working out here. We should be able to take another Shadow Ball, not at this, not this time anymore. Let's see if we are still able to win this game. This is looking tough, I mean, a big misplay, so what can you expect there? We have decided to top left this one, let's see here, yeah. Really not a good game, luckily it was in the end of the video, but if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, leave a sub if you enjoyed the content, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you for tuning in.